Hey everybody, this is Kira with FollowYourArrowTarot and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing the intuitive and tarot card reading for the sign of Aries for June 2019. So if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are returning, if you already kind of know what it is and my channel announcements and all that stuff for the intro in my videos, feel free to just check out the description box below for any new information and to skip forward. For those of you who are new to my channel, I do create and post my videos in order to which the previous month had the most views. So I am almost done completing June's videos based on May's total number of views. So if we go down here, Aries, you came in 11th with 102 views. So again, thank you so much for your love and support for those of you who are returning. But for those of you who are new, you could definitely help out if you want to see Aries be higher up in the list and get your video earlier for next month. Make sure you share this video with other Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Ascending, and Venus, or Aries cross watchers, or just share it to be awesome and nice. And hopefully we can get Aries further up and post your video earlier next month. Second channel announcement. I currently have contests going on my channel. I'm trying to expand my channel subscribership and provide messages from Spirit to more people, but I need your help in order to do so. So right now, every milestone I hit on my channel, so every 100 subscribers, I post a separate special video where I pull names of subscribers out of the Buddha head. And it's your opportunity to win a free private personal reading from myself. I'm close to 500 subscribers at this point, so that will be the next video that I upload, where I'm going to pull 5 people out of the Buddha head to win a free private personal reading. 2 ways that you can enter. 1, be a subscriber. So click that subscription button, the red button. That gets you 1 entry into the contest. Another way to get multiple entries into the contest is by leaving a thoughtful or positive comment on any of my channel videos. So for example, if you leave 5 separate comments, that would give you 5 separate entries into the contest, thus putting your name in the Buddha head more and increasing your chances of being pulled. Don't forget to click that notification bell so you can get updates on when I do post videos, especially for the contest videos, so you don't miss those videos to see if your name is drawn. I do have a few people who've been messaging me and they were chosen in the first few videos and they're just now figuring that out. So definitely make sure that you follow and hit that notification bell so you don't miss your opportunity. All right. If you're interested in a private reading for me personally, that information is in the description box below. And if you are on social media, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. The links to those are in the description box as well. So for those of you who are new, I kind of start my readings off with with channeled intuitive messages and guidance from Spirit, and I kind of blend that with some information regarding the planets in your sign for that month and with the astrology. And then I move on and transition to the tarot card read. So if you're not one that's really into channeled guidance, channeled messages and astrology, feel free to fast forward to the tarot card portion of the video. Also feel free to timestamp any of this to help yourself and others easily navigate this video. All right, so Aries, channeled messages, intuitive guidance for June 2019. So Aries, let's see. So so I really feel like you're really beginning the month of June in reminiscing. So I got an image from Spirit of like a photo book, like the old school photo books where you would pull back the plastic and put the photos in, and you're sitting on the couch looking at old pictures. So I really feel like a lot of Aries are reminiscing on the past. You're looking back at not only difficult times in your life, but rewarding times in your life. And you're recognizing both, and you're appreciative of both, and you're really starting to see all the lessons and how they've come together, and where that's put you on your spiritual journey right now. And that transition continues, and you recognize that. I think for a lot of Aries, you're very passionate about being all that you can be at this point in your life and being truly and positively true to your higher self and your best alignment on your soul's journey. So that's very important to you. I do get the energy of that you're a more mature Aries. So this could be, again, this is a general reading, but I'm connecting with more mature Aries. So either that's a mature mindset or you're just mature for your age, or you could be an older Aries who's maybe a little bit more established in their soul's journey. Home and family are very pivotal for you, not only for the month of June, Aries, but that seems to be the most important part and aspect of your life as a whole. And I really feel like home and family is the backdrop, not only for the month of June, but going forward. You do everything for your family and your home, and that is kind of the heart of your 3D experience and existence in this reincarnation. It's important to you that your life partners, meaning your soul tribe, all the members of your soul family, support you in your beliefs and your values and what you want to do here in this incarnation. I did see Spirit showed me like a lens, like to an old camera, not a digital camera, but an old camera, and I see you very carefully cleaning the lens. So I really feel like you're revising or fine-tuning or cleansing the lens on how you view the world and your belief systems, or you're just making sure that your judgment isn't clouded. Mars will be in Cancer in your 4th house this month. So again, 4th house is home and family and stability. And so I really feel like that's going to be a very important concept for the month of June for you. But Mars will also be opposing Saturn, which is in retrograde, and Pluto, which is in Capricorn. So again, really what's important to you is your foundation and your roots. And we're talking about ancestral roots. We're talking about your whole family, like the lineage. I'm seeing like a family tree here, and you're putting a lot of personal attention and energy into that. I also see a garden, so, and getting your hands dirty into the soil, into the roots of things. So I could see that you're doing possibly like renovations to your house. And I'm thinking of the aesthetic and more of the outside. So working on, your garden or, outside in the front yard or the backyard, you're really making sure that is very tranquil and pleasing to the eye, because that energy is kind of then lifted into your home. So I really see that you're concentrating on that for the month of June. Plus, it's really wonderful weather to be doing that out in. And Aries being a fire sign, I do feel like, the seasons where the sun is out, so like spring and definitely summer, are seasons that you enjoy. You enjoy the warmth. Not only that the physical sun brings, but the warmth that brings into your home and into your family. I do hear Spirit saying that this month you definitely could have moments where you're a little bit more moody or a little bit more emotional than normal, especially if it's surrounding obstacles within your family or your home life. So I'm kind of seeing maybe opposing views regarding your relationships or in your family, and that may make you more moody or more emotional than normal. Towards the middle of the month on the 17th, Jupiter will be in Sagittarius in your 9th house of faith and higher mind. So I think that you're also kind of at this point in your journey that you're in real deep contemplation, and you're wanting to learn more about faith and spirituality, because I did get a word of skepticism or skeptical. I do feel that out of the fire signs, Aries tends to be a little bit more skeptical when it comes to spirituality or even tarot card reading, and you question things, which is totally fine. But I think you're at this point in your journey that there's a little bit more emphasis on your faith and your spirituality, and kind of playing with that, investigating that, kind of really deepening your understanding of it and bringing more of it into your life. And I think that you're more so wanting to do this, not only to connect more, but I think a lot of it's due to past inner woundings that need to be continued to heal or need to be healed. I think it's a way for you to connect to your family and your roots. But I also feel like you've been brought to this faith or this spirituality due to a father figure. This could be a grandfather, your father, or a male role model in your life. I do feel as though that they have passed, but I feel as though either that the healing that needs to come from that is due to your paternal side of your family or your father's side, or I do feel as though Spirit's saying that your father, grandfather, the male energy from the other side is what's drawing you or bringing you to this spiritual enlightenment in your life. So it could have been, that male energy that brought you to this video today. But I do feel that there's a real strong connection with many of you Aries in a masculine type of energy in your life. Okay? All right. So let's see if any of those messages come up for you, Aries, in your tarot card reading. So Spirit, what messages do you have for Aries for June 2019? Spirit, what messages do you have for Aries for June 2019? 2 more shuffles. Spirit, what messages do you have for Aries? Spirit, what messages do you have for Aries for June? All right, Spirit, what's the overall energy for Aries? Overall energy. That was quick. That's funny. Who got this? Was it Libra? Yeah. So your first card, your overall energy, is the Hierophant. So this is exactly where we left off on in your channeled message. There's a deep emphasis on your faith and your spirituality, and it's definitely important that it's coming out now. I do also feel like this is about this masculine energy, this father that's bringing you to it. I mean, sometimes I see this card as, religion and, referring to the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. So I do feel like there's this very strong connection to this male paternal side energy coming through for you. You could feel lately that somebody maybe who has crossed over has been trying to communicate with you spiritually. And I definitely feel it's a masculine energy, but I think that they are very a part of bringing about, bringing your attention to your more spiritual side and your faith. You could be religious, but I kind of feel for some of you Aries, you're a little bit skeptical about organized religion and faith and connecting with your higher self and intuition and the spirituality. I think all of that may be hard for some of you because if you can't see it, then it's hard for you to believe that it exists. And I think some of you that even watch tarot videos, you watch it with an open mind, but you're still skeptical about the readings. And so I think that that is going to definitely be the concentration for the month of June, is really connecting deeper to your faith and your spiritual self and connecting to maybe those who have crossed over and your ancestors. Because here next we have the Queen of Swords. This is a Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra energy. So the person who I feel you're connecting with, or this could be about, could be an air sign, but it's in reverse. So I feel like this is the skepticism coming in, because in the upright, this would be the truth, okay? Cutting through the truth, bringing the truth to light. And I feel as though this is where the skepticism comes in. You're not sure how true, your spirituality and faith is. You're skeptical, you're not sure. You want to know the truth, but you don't believe that necessarily what you've been hearing or seeing or observing or learning throughout your soul's journey, necessarily, you're not quite there yet. You don't quite 100% believe. I do think having skepticism is healthy, but I think that you've been particularly erring more on the more cynical side of things. And so I really feel like it's time for you to open up your mind, because the swords are about your thoughts and your state of mind, and your attitudes about things. So I think that is telling you to open up more mentally about your paradigms that you have about, the universe and your higher self and faith in religion and spirituality. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Aries for the month of June? Okay, so we've got some Cancer energy coming in. This is another major arcana. This is the Chariot. Okay, so you could also be dealing with or thinking about a Cancer in your life. This could also represent the fact that on the 21st, we're going into Cancer season with the summer solstice. So this is in the upright. So whatever it is that you're working towards or leaning towards is going to be successful. I do see you traveling a little bit and having motion in your life, forward motion and action. I do feel this is about you learning about, because I'm seeing all the stars and the planets and things. So I do feel that you're on this journey spiritually going forward and learning about everything about your higher self and spirituality. I see the two colors here, black and white. So I think in the past you may have tried to see things very, very logical and black and white, but you're becoming more comfortable in navigating through the shades of gray, because spirituality, even intuitive, empathic people, you know, tarot, it's not black and white. There's a lot of room for analyzing things or seeing things. I mean, if you watch tarot card readings for all the Aries videos for June, you're going to see just how vast and diverse readers are and the messages and symbols that they get. And they could pull the Chariot, but 10 different readers can read it in a different way. And that's kind of the beauty and the art in spirituality and tarot card reading, is that really there is an infinity amount of interpretations that could be made. And so I think you're kind of opening up and being more inclusive about things not being so black and white and one-sided, but really opening up. I do feel as though some of you could be traveling for the summer and going out of town, taking flight potentially. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Aries? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So it's interesting we have two queens in reverse. So you can feel, I feel like there is a little absence of the feminine energy in this reading. For some of you, being in touch with your feminine side is something that you maybe need to concentrate a little bit on. This is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm kind of getting, interesting, that you may have not had a good connection or relationship, or you don't, with your mother, with the queens, or you could be not getting along with a female in your life, or right now, and I'm with the Pentacles, you know, that's about longevity and stability and success, and I feel as though a relationship with a female, particularly someone who potentially is equal to you, so around your same age or mindset, or someone older than you, potentially like a mother or a grandparent, hasn't been quite successful, or the lines of communication aren't open. So I see this, it could be a mother-daughter relationship, it could be a granddaughter-grandmother relationship, and I think you've had closer relationships with males in your life, or you have a lot of men in your life, and the relationships that have been difficult or hard on you or harder to connect have been with the females in your life. I do feel like this really does have to do with family as well. There's a disconnect, so there could be a lack of communication and stability with female family members, and a more open, broad communication with males in the family. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Aries for the month of June? Whoa, it's a little bit too much. Try this again. Spirit, what messages do you have for Aries for the month of June? Okay. So next you have the Hierophant, Major Arcana in the reverse. So definitely I do see the struggle between black and white. Okay. in one aspect, you're open to it. In the next aspect, you're not. You're skeptical about it again. The High Priestess is about connecting with the intuitive side of you, the higher self, and it's in the reverse. So I do feel that your intuition is blocked. Again, I think that's where the skepticism comes in. You're open and you're trying to be more open about your thoughts and feelings about it, but I do feel like you could be very set. For a long time, you've been very set in your truth and how you believe and articulate your belief system. And you've been very closed off to being open to seeing multiple perspectives. If you've come asking about love, I don't see a lot of cups. There's no cups here. So there's an absence of cups, meaning it could mean that this is more of a reading that's more for yourself, and lessons that you need to learn on a spiritual soul level. It could be the absence of love. It could be you're single, or it could mean that there's love and emotions are absent from your life. I do feel as though Aries tend to block out emotions and love in their life. They don't like to talk about it. It's typically not, the romantic love is not typically an area that you're really concentrating on for now. I feel like this is more family and self. But if you're asking about love, I don't really see much of love coming in for you for June. We do have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So if you're thinking about an air sign, an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, I don't see them communicating with you for the month of June or coming into your life right now. Next, you have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And you also have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So you could also be dealing with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So if you're wondering about a connection between an air sign or an earth sign, I don't see that connection working out in this moment or in this time. And I don't see communication being had. I see those two being blocked. But your outcome card is the Three of Wands. So this is fire energy. This is you, Aries. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I'm a 3. So it's not quite a 4 yet, which is a strong, stable foundation, but you're getting there. This to me is a card of higher learning and exploration, about what you're very passionate about. It's about learning and looking past the horizon. And so I do feel like you're open to learning. You're very passionate about the things you do. I do see you and feel you out in nature more so for the month of June. Definitely he's looking, there's boats coming in or traveling away. It's however you see it. And with this Chariot card, I do feel like you could be doing some traveling for the month of June. Definitely when the summer solstice comes and when we go into Cancer season, I see that happening. But I do feel like you're learning. This is a month of learning. This is a month of cleansing and revising and really, cleaning that lens, and changing a little bit of your perspective, potentially on, your family, your relationships, your connections with different people. I kind of feel like this is multiple people in your reading. So your maternal, your paternal side, your parents, your siblings, your children. I see it very woven in, and I see that some areas of that connection are stronger than others. And I think that you really want to potentially work on them. I kind of feel like you want to see your family. I don't think your family has gotten together for quite some time. With the Pentacles, that's years. So I think that your family hasn't collectively come together for quite some time. And I do feel like that's something that you kind of yearn for. And that could be why I was seeing in your channeled messages the picture book and reminiscing on the past. I feel like that was something that was a part of the past that isn't right now. And I do feel like that bugs you, or that you wish it was a little bit from the past. Okay. Let's get some clarification for Aries. So Spirit, help me clarify the messages on the table for Aries for June 2019. Spirit, help me clarify messages for Aries. June 2019. One more shuffle. Clarification for Aries. Okay, what's this Hierophant for Aries in the upright? Hierophant for Aries. Okay, there it is. Authority. Yeah, I'm definitely getting strong masculine energy for you, Aries. Okay, this could be you, but I do feel like there's you've really respected, listened to, been guided by a masculine energy in your life. I definitely feel like this is a father figure, grandfather, spouse, potentially, older brother, but definitely you. But I also feel like this is your energy too. You're very set in your ways. Or people see you and your family as the authority figure, the go-to person. Be mindful that you could be a little bit moody this month. I'm feeling some very serious energy with this authority card. And it is a 4. Okay, so 4s are synonymous with family and foundation. What's this Queen of Swords in reverse? Queen of Swords in reverse for Aries. Temptation. Okay, so definitely with the Queen of Swords in reverse, I feel as though in your past you could have been someone who was easily guided by, easily involved in temptation, but that was the past. And I think that that's a little bit why you are so hard, is because you have seen some pretty dark times in your life. It could be this is about dark times in your life regarding family that's made you very standoffish, and I think that's where part of your emotions have gone. Is I do feel heavily like you've experienced a lot in your life, and that's made you this one-way, skeptical, authoritative type of person. It's like you've seen shit, you know. What's this Chariot card in the upright for Aries? Chariot. Chariot in the upright for Aries. Thank you. New beginnings. So that's wonderful. New beginnings. Okay. So you could be an Aries that's potentially moving over the summer. Moving away from something, a situation, a person. Or it could just be new beginnings of your mindset, because notice she's walking on a planet. She's got her wand. This is definitely fire energy. So this is definitely you, Aries. You could be an older female, because I kind of feel like it's like the vibe of this card. And I think this is a new way of seeing things, seeing the world. You could be feeling on top of the world. You could definitely, I feel you're definitely mature. You're definitely someone who's, you know, late 40s, 50s, and older for this reading. You've definitely, this is definitely a very mature spread. What's this Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Wisdom in the reverse. So I think you could be someone who is so self-assured, and you may feel like you're right a lot of the time. I mean, with fire signs, we do feel we know everything, like a know-it-all. And because of that, you block out learning and wisdom, because you already feel like you know everything. It could be because you're older. It could be because you're someone who's important in your family or in your relationship. And I think that's something you need to work on, especially with also the High Priestess in reverse. You're really blocking out your connection to your spirituality, your higher self, your intuition, and some learning that you can have. You know, you're never too old to learn something new. And I think that that kind of is synonymous with the new beginnings. Don't be afraid to learn something, even if you're older. you know, Spirit's not saying you have to change your mindset, but definitely see things from a different lens. I think that's why during your channel guidance, I saw you cleaning that lens. It's like, okay, let me try to look at this again. What's this High Priestess in reverse for Aries? Okay. Balance in the reverse. You could definitely have a Sagittarius in your life, because balance in the upright to me is Temperance, which is a Sagittarius card, which is a major arcana. Notice it's 11-11, but it's in the reverse. So I definitely feel that you're blocking your ability to connect with Spirit. I feel like you could be a little bit fearful of connecting with people, maybe who have crossed over, or I also just heard that it's not the right time. I feel some of you are fearful that the closer you get to Spirit or your spirituality, that's going to quicken your life here on earth. Does that make sense? So I feel like Spirit saying that you are so worried about finding the answers or getting closer to Spirit because you feel as though that's going to speed up your time here in this reincarnation. But I hear Spirit saying don't worry about that, because with the High Priestess and balance in reverse, it's not your time. And that could be just a message for a few of you. What's this Knight of Swords in reverse? Nothing's happening too quickly in your life. That's funny. Could definitely be dealing with Sagittarius with the horse here. It's funny. It's like both these cards are the same, but in opposition of each other. So it's the Triumph card, right? And it almost looks like the Knight of Swords. I mean, kind of. This could be like the Knight of Wands, actually. Fire energy. But you might feel as though you weren't successful in the past. You might feel like you weren't verbally available to somebody in the past. But I think this is how others see you, as a very strong, passionate individual you've fought a lot of battles in your lifetime. And I'm definitely getting like this reading could be for a very strong, older female. And I feel like this is you. You were kind of like a renegade in your time. You were forward thinking and passionate and a fighter. And now it's about tuning into still being that triumphant fighter, but tuning more into your spiritual self and more of the mind and not the physicality of it. What's this 10 of Pentacles in reverse for Aries? 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. A lot. Discontent and boredom in the reverse. Suffering and silence in the reverse. Victory and success in the reverse, and disruption. So I feel like there was a lot of family issues in the past that leaves you discontent and bored, maybe because people are gone, because there's a disconnect. And I think that bugs you, and you suffer in silence. You don't talk about it. And because your family isn't together, the 10 of Pentacles isn't in the upright, you feel as though on some level you haven't been triumphant. You haven't had victory and success in your family and in your foundation and your roots. And this has caused you a lot of disruption in your life or your family. There's been a lot of disruption in your life and your family, a lot of which could be based on temptation, negative, low vibrational energy. What's this 3 of Wands in the upright for Aries? 3 of Wands in the upright for Aries. This card. Recognition and reward. And another 3. Okay, but your head is down. I feel as though you don't feel that you deserve the recognition and reward that you're given. I feel as though sometimes you could have people in your family that come up to you and thank you for being there for them, or, you know, that you were the rock, or they compliment you in some form or another, but you don't take that compliment. You don't take it. You know what I mean? or you shy away from looking at all the wonderful things you've done in life. But maybe that's part of that reminiscing and looking back at, you know, the difficulties and rewarding times in your life, and really seeing that you did triumph. You were very successful in a lot of things. I think a lot of these successes were gained independently and by yourself. There are wins that you had to enjoy and share on your own. But you feel that not many were particularly completed or shared around other people. And so you feel like when other people compliment you or try to reward you, it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, like you don't deserve it. But definitely with the threes here, you could see a lot of repeating numbers of threes. I do feel that that's spirit saying you should take the time to recognize and reward yourself for everything that you've been through in this spiritual journey, because it hasn't been easy, but you've definitely handled it with a lot of strength and passion, and you've always fought through it and moved forward. You never let something keep you down for too long. So that's definitely commendable, is what I hear spirit saying. What lesson or lessons is Aries learning or needing to learn? What lesson or lessons is Aries learning or needing to learn? One more shuffle. All right, lessons for Aries. That was easy. Acceptance in reverse. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. I think you've really been thinking hard and deep on things in the past and feeling a little bit defeated in that you couldn't change the outcome. Imagination in the reverse. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of the mind. I think that's definitely a lesson you need to learn. You need to be a little bit more open-minded, creative, open to your intuitive, more of the art side of thinking, being more imaginative, and don't feel that just because you're older or mature, you can't have that childlike enthusiasm for life. Next card is service. I feel good when I can help others, and I feel this directly relates to your family. I feel that you get so much reward out of helping others in your family, but just be mindful, especially with the balance in reverse. Help when help is due, but don't help people to the extent that you're enabling them. Okay, because I kind of see that you may help people too much when they need to really help themselves. And then next you got failure in reverse. It says, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And I think this kind of goes with this side of the reading and the recognition and reward. You feel that you have had so many failures in your life that you don't deserve recognition and reward, even for the smallest things. But that's something that you're working on, is that you need to understand that, you know, all the mistakes that you have made were opportunities for you to learn and to better yourself, and to gain wisdom for that. And don't for a second think that, you know, you haven't done good in your life, or that there's failures that are bigger and somehow it outweighs the small things you've done. Each thing you do brings karma, good and the bad, and you've done really good things that deserve recognition and reward, and you need to see those. Okay, let's get some advice from spirit regarding, let's see, romance and relationships. There hasn't been a lot of love per se, intimate love, but let's see for you Aries, what does love and relationships look like for the month of June? Spirit, what messages do you have regarding love and relationships for Aries for the month of June? Aries, love and relationships. There we go. Yeah, I think that's why you don't particularly pay attention to love as much, is because there's been a lot of, it says pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I think you've learned from the past you've kind of succumbed to temptation in the past and have ignored the red flags, and nowadays you're being a little bit more authoritative regarding love and more closed off, putting boundaries, definitely not going on a whimsical note, not letting emotions drive you, because there's no cups in this reading. So you come from definitely an area of fire and air and being very thoughtful and pragmatic when it comes to love and not opening yourself too quickly. And I think this is definitely connected to a past life relationship. You have known each other before. I kind of feel as though you've already been in a relationship that you were supposed to be in this incarnation that was kind of the love of your life. And I kind of feel like it's already over. It's been over, or you're separated from this person. You're no longer together. But I feel like you kind of know, for some of you, again, this is a general reading. It may not resonate with anybody or everybody. But I do feel like you know in your heart that you've already had the love that you're supposed to have in this incarnation. And that could be why you're not focused on love, because it's almost as if you've already had it and nothing's going to ever compare to it. And so you don't seek it, and you put your heart and soul into other things like your family and your roots. Spirit, what other messages? What final messages do you have for Aries for the month of June 2019? Spirit, what final messages do you have for Aries for the month of June 2019? Aries. That one wants to go. Yeah. You are a superhero in your own way. And it's okay to be recognized for the awesome things that you have done for others. I do see you as somebody who, in little ways, you've made a big impact and a difference in many people's lives, especially your family. Magnanimous me. Yeah, you are definitely, you're on the end part of this spiritual journey, and you have done a lot of things. You've learned, you've grown, you're still growing, and you're definitely in this, I feel, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you're almost to a completion of a cycle. You're definitely towards the end of your soul's journey or a cycle, if this is regarding a situation. And I think this is a little bit of a warning. Just be careful about talking smack about others. Be careful about gossip. This could be about you. You've lived through a lot and you've been around a lot of people. And I think that sometimes you feel as though you have the right to speak about other people and the decisions they've made, because you feel that you are right and so just be very mindful about who you're sharing your opinions with, especially if it's regarding your family. Be very careful and mindful about talking about others behind their back, because that, I can see it as being the only thing that keeps people away from you, or the reason why people lose a little bit of their respect for you, is that you could be a little bit easy with your tongue, if that makes sense. Okay. So I feel that that's everything that Spirit wanted to communicate to you, Aries, for the month of June. I do hope that these messages resonated with you in some shape or form or another. Thank you so much for coming and watching. Don't forget to like this video. Definitely subscribe, share this video, and click that notification bell. If you're interested in entering the contest, don't forget to leave a positive or thoughtful comment. And Aries, I think overall this is a very strong reading for you. You do have some things to still work on and to think about. And I look forward to reading you in July. Have a great rest of your month.